So this is we were we are supposed to begin from 7.4 onwards. We'll begin with prayer and then let's see how it goes. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ruta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Dev Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Namahom Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Uh, as we had discussed yesterday, till 7.3, Manusyanam Sahasreshu Prasiddhyate Siddhe, that verse, and Krishna has spoken about that. This verse talks about that how actually uh, who is qualified, who is qualified for actually understanding the knowledge, the phenomenal and nominal knowledge, numinous knowledge. So Krishna has spoken that these are the people who are actually qualified for it. You know, uh, actually in this verse he is very clearly stated, not everybody. It's very, very rare people who are actually can understand it, because Prabhupada writes in the purport that somebody who is actually looking for Krishna consciousness and they are above the animal propensities of life. You know, they are the people who can understand it. Others can't understand it. So he's very clear about that, saying it. Uh, uh, Even those people who are looking for karma and gyan can't understand this. No, that's what he is saying in a way. Yesterday I heard, as per I remember, there was a question of Kaushik Bro. We'll begin. You can ask that and then we'll begin.
Prabhuji, actually, yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Hmm.
Prabhuji, it is said that for the perfection of any process, the element of devotional service is required. So, in case of Sayuji Mukti, uh, means they is it true, Prabhuji, that the impersonalists always fall down from the platform of Brahman, or
No,
no? It does not
no,
always play because
no.
after going to Brahman realization, one may fall down again to the platform of philanthropism or altruism.
Yes, it depends on
So,
actually
Prabhuji,
what Bhagavatam says very clearly over there. And it is not that every time they will fall. Not.
hmm.
But it's also been said that the nature of the soul being active, it can't remain in a dormant state. So he may fall. Actually, majority may fall, but it is not that all may fall.
So, Prabhuji, in that case, they have not taken the element of devotional service. Still, they have attained perfection in Sayuji Mukti. So, how can we understand this contradiction? Because
No,
it is
they
said
can't
without
do.
element.
They can't go to the Brahman platform until and unless you don't meditate on the Supreme Lord. They have to take the bet. That's why I said in Bhagavatam that canto it will be explained to you all when you will be reading it. They the yogi has to perfect his method, his process by actually meditating on the form of the Lord. He uses that form, gets purified by meditating it on it, and then if he's a Beowulf, he could not Beowulf in a sense, in our sense. Now he rejects that form later on, and that's how he can go ahead. If he rejects, he becomes an impersonist and goes in the Brahman. So bhakti element has to be there. Without bhakti element, it can't be.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So we'll continue. Actually, let's have a quick revision of what we have yesterday discussed. If some of you remember, please share something in 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll begin. And my request also is that please join on time. Bhagavad Gita is quite vast. Still, I have not been given how many sessions I have to take, so I am very freely going till the point Tejas doesn't tells me how many sessions are limited. So yeah, please start doing. Start please. Share something which you remember from the yesterday session. You can
Prabhuji told that
voluntarily. Hmm.
There are three types
it is
of bhakti.
according to how much one can absorb in Krishna. It decides whether they are Kanishta, Madhyama, or Uttama. And you told the entire purport of that verse in the opposite means we are going from last to starting. That in initial a person will be freed from all doubts. Then Samagramva, then he can understand Krishna and slowly. At last, Asakta Manaha, he will be absorbed. He can absorb his mind is Krishna. So you have given the entire word by word meaning in the opposite direction of the verse.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, for Abhijit Pro was saying.
There are three types of bhaktis: Gunibhut Bhakti, Pradhan Bhakti, and Keval Bhakti.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember what are these? Okay. Anybody remembers what was this? Kevala Bhakti, Pradhan Bhut Bhakti, Guni Bhut Bhakti.
Usually in Guni there is karma and gyan both, but the mishra of karma is more than bhakti. In Pradhan Bhut, the mishra of bhakti is more than karma and gyan. In Keval Bhakti is pure bhakti.
Okay, very good. Anybody else remember anything? Quick, Prabhu. Very quick.
Yes, Prabhu, we also discussed that a Kanishta must do deity worship and hearing about Krishna.
Yeah, if he only just sticks to deity worship, then it won't be. He has to hear them only. Yeah, very good. Yes, Prabhu. Anybody else? अरे भैया बहुत कुछ बोला था बोलिए कुछ
Prabhuji, we were discussing.
Prabhuji, you were mentioning.
one of you
Prabhuji, we were discussing how Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikari devotees are classified based on their attachment to Krishna. So how much they are attached and affectionate to the Lord. So based on that classification, we can do that.
okay yeah Vijit ko you are saying something.
Prabhuji, we discussed about Tachurunu, like we focused on hearing and a series of verses from first canto, beginning from Srinvatam Swakata Krishna, and then all doubts like Bindanti Sarva, Chinti Sarva Samshaya, and
Chiyanti Chasakarman. Yes. Do you somebody does remembers about what I have told about doubt being removed? I had told something.
Prabhuji, you said about hearing should lead to understanding Krishna. And Krishna understanding means there are two things, greatness and his sweetness. And when we understand it, then our ignorance is gone. And when the ignorance is gone, then we walk on the philosophy. Walking on the philosophy means we will have ashraya. And at last we will have asatyaman.
Oh, very good. Yes. And what does it mean of ashraya taking? It's a very vital thing. That's why I'm asking.
Guruji, you are telling that bhajan or can be done by taking the ashraya of Guru and Krishna only. Without one cannot practice alone the bhajan,
Okay.
and it can be done by only hearing by the of his greatness and sweetness of Krishna.
Yeah, right. Okay. That is very
And
good. Yes, bro.
So you told that this ashray starts with the hearing and reading about the Lord. Without that, there will be no ashray. First, we have
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. But ashray means what? How to understand that the person has taken ashray? We had discussed something very important. We are right. Very good it is. I'm just looking for that particular answer. आश्रय लिया है मतलब क्या? Oh, okay. So it means what? He has understood. Suhridam sarvabhutanam. Oh, my Lord is my best well-wisher. Nobody else is a greater well-wisher than the Lord for me. This one who has understood, he is the meaning, he has taken ashray. Right? Na? He is living in that way. This is the meaning. Lord is my best well-wisher, nobody else. No? Nobody else is. They can be small, small well-wishers of mine, maybe, but he is my best well-wisher forever. Somebody can be well-wisher for me in this life maximum, or to my body, or to my mind, to my intelligence, or something like that, or to my senses. But the Lord is actually the best because He knows the best. He does the best. He knows the best. So that's the meaning of Ashray. Okay, thank you for your revision. We'll move ahead. From 7.3 onwards, I will move to 7.4, and then let's see how we go ahead. भूमिरपो नलो वायु खं मनु बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इत्ययं मे भिन्ना प्रकृति अष्टधा. Yeah, one of you read the translation.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these eight constitute my separated material energies. Purpose. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and his
Wait,
diverse.
Prabhu, wait. I'm showing you the purpose. Just read the highlighted one. Yes.
The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and his diverse energies.
Yeah. So what does it mean? The science of God. Uh, this word itself, the science of God, is very unique. The science of God is what? It analyzes the constitutional position of God and his diverse energies. So this means what? And his greatness, his constitutional position, and his diverse energies. So in his diverse energy, the Prakriti comes, and or energy of the Lord, the three Purusha incarnations come. So this is a verse. This is a very very important verse which talks about the three Vishnus, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and what they do, where they are situated. Vishnustu त्रीणि रूपाणि पुरुषख्यानि अथो विदु एकं तु महतः सृष्टिर्द्वितीयं त्वण्डसंस्थितं तृतीयं सर्वभूतस्थां तानि ज्ञात्वा विमुच्यते. We said that just by knowing these three Vishnus, you know, and no, ekam tu mahatat srishti. Oh, Mahavishnu who creates the entire srishti. Dvitiyam to under samstatam. The second is the Garbhodakshay Vishnu who enters into the each universe. Tritiyam, the Sirodakshay Vishnu, Sarvabhutastham, he is a Paramatma. Tani Gyatvam Vimuchyate. So one who understands this actually is liberated. Now read through what has been said. This material world.
This material world is a temporary manifestation of one of the energies of the Lord. All the activities of the material world are directed by these three Vishnu expansions of Lord Krishna. These Purushas are called incarnations. Generally, one who does not know the science of God, Krishna, assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entities and that the living entities are the Purushas, the causes, controllers, and enjoyers of the material energy. According to the Bhagavad Gita, this atheistic conclusion is false.
Hmm. Continue.
The ingredients of the material manifestation are separated energies of the Lord. Even the Brahma Jyoti, which is the ultimate goal of the impersonalist, is a spiritual energy manifested in the spiritual sky. Because there are no spiritual diversities in the Brahma Jyoti as there are in the Vaikuntha lokas. The impersonalist accepts the Brahma Jyoti as the opposite of the temporary material energy. The Paramatma manifestation is also a temporary, all-pervasive aspect of the Shirodakshaya Vishnu. The Paramatma manifestation is not eternal in the spiritual world. Therefore, the factual absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He is the complete energetic person and he possesses different, separated, and internal energies.
Yeah. So here Krishna has been stated that he is actually, I, by the way, at a sudden why Krishna started speaking about earth, water, fire, air, ether, has to be also understood. Because he just said that this knowledge can be understood by only few people, Manushanam Sahasreshwa. After that, once he has put Arjuna's attention, he has fixed Arjuna's attention by glorifying the knowledge. Now he is going to speak. He summarizes the entirety of the matter in one verse by because he has to tell Arjuna that how see everything is comes from me. No, so he is speaking this verse, earth, yeah, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, my intelligence, false ego. All together, these eight actually constitute my separated material energy. So the phenomenal and not numinous. The phenomenal knowledge he has given over here in one way, right? Na? That all these things actually are my separated energies, the material energies. So Krishna has summed up the entire material world by describing its basic element, over here. So Prabhupada actually, says that uh, the living entity somehow feels that he is the enjoyer of all this. Prabhupada is very practically saying that the living entity somehow feels that it is me who will be the enjoyer of this. No, that is misconception. जिसका एनर्जी है, he is the bhokta. So this one who does not know the science of God assumes this material world is for enjoyment of the living entities, and the living entities are the purushas. No, sir, we are not the purushas. Purushas, the Lord is a purusha. He is the cause. He is the control. He is the enjoyer, and that is why Krishna is saying, foolish people, these animalistic people, animalistic lifestyle people, they don't understand that what they're trying to enjoy is actually not there. They are not the cause. They are not the control. They are not the enjoyer. Falsely, they are trying to be Purusha. So these people, these people are actually they are trying. That such a divinity is always being trying in this way to enjoy the world. But that's not the way. So and then Prabhupada is explaining that how that even the Brahma Jyoti, which is the ultimate goal of impersonal, is a spiritual energy manifested in spiritual side. And the Paramatma also is his manifestation only. Vishnu Trinurupani, he's been said. And Paramatma is actually not eternal in the spiritual world. So now he says about these five elements, because these 8 elements constitutes or expands or is a cause of the other 16 elements. That is how the 24 elements is going to be. So through these 8, why somebody say Krishna, why is saying we have heard there are 24 elements? Why Krishna is just stating he is the source of 8 elements? Because these 8 elements actually gives rise to the other 16. So now this has been explained in this highlighted portion. Read now, Prabhu, out of the. Please read it carefully. It's a bit technical.
The first 5 manifestations, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, are called the 5 gigantic creations or the gross creations, within which the 5 sense objects are included. They are the manifestations of physical sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Material science comprises these 10 items and nothing more.
So
But
now these 5, earth, water, fire, air, ether, sky, is the are also has been said that in this the 5 sense objects are also included: sound, touch, form, taste, smell. 10. And material science comprises of these only 10 items only. Now proper writes about what about mind, intelligence, false ego. Now read ahead, but the other 3 items.
But the other three items, namely mind intelligence and false ego, are neglected by the materialists. Philosophers who deal with mental activities are also not perfect in knowledge because they do not know the ultimate source, Krishna. The false ego, I am, and it is mine, which constitute the basic principle of material existence, includes 10 sense organs for material activities. Intelligence refers to the total material creation called the Mahat Tattva.
wait, यहाँ पे हो गया 10. 10 because the false ego gives rise to, 5 working senses and five knowledge acquiring senses. Right, na? So that becomes the yeah. So that is called as the intelligence, and the false ego is that. And intelligence refers to the total material creation called महत्त्व. तो 10 + 5 15 का तो हो गया इधर, राइट ना? एक बचा है, पढ़िए आगे.
Therefore, from the 8 separated energies of the Lord are manifest the 24 elements of the material world, which are the subject matter of Sankhya atheistic philosophy. They are originally offshoots from Krishna's energies and are separated from him. But atheistic Sankhya philosophers with a poor fund of knowledge do not know Krishna is the cause of all causes. The subject matter for discussion in the Sankhya philosophy is only the manifestation of the external energy of Krishna as it is described in the Bhagavad Gita.
So and the intelligence refers to the महत्त्व. So intelligence refers to महत्त्व. So which 16 elements were created of these 8? Who can say? From first 5, what is created for?
Sacrifice and objects.
The sound, touch, form, taste, smell. And then from false ego, what is created?
Action performing senses and knowledge gaining senses.
The 10 plus 5, 15. And from intelligence, Mahatattva. Yeah. So this is 16. So these 8. So Krishna, when he's saying these qualifying these 8 elements to be his separated material energy, this means all the 24 elements are his separated material energy. He is the cause, he is the controller, and he is the enjoyer for it. Right? Na? And living entity foolishly should not try to do it. And to the degree the living entity tries to be the thinks that he is the cause, he is the controller, he is the enjoyer, to that degree he can't understand the Supreme Lord. Anusyanam sahasreshu. Now, that verse gets applied over here. So Krishna is, because he's studying the series, that is why we know it is very clear that that the living entities should not try to enjoy it, because they are not the enjoyer. So after saying this, Krishna actually now is going to say that will explain in the next 2 verses the material energy and the living entities. No, tatha stha sakti. So tatha stha sakti, he will understand what it is. So he's going to speak about now the material energy and living entities in the next 2 verses. So also it has been said that these particular elements which has been stated by the Lord over here, uh, actually they rises from the Lord, and they are very and this is what constitutes the entire prakriti. So the knowledge in relation to bhakti also means the knowledge of Lord's power, as I have already told you, and not just the knowledge of Atma being separate from the Lord. So over here now, Lord's power is been very well been spoken, that that this is how his inferior and superior energies are his. The inferior energy right now he said, and he's going to say in the next verse also, and the superior energy is the Jivatma. He's going to speak in the 6th verse. So when Krishna is addressing Arjuna, over here he speaks about his 2 energies very clearly. So one should be very clear that the Lord the Lord will himself explain the complete list of these in the 13th chapter, describing the Kshetra and Kshetrajna. When he is going to speak that, he will speak it over there. In the Kshetra, all these elements comes, and the Kshetrajna, the Jivatma comes. So this is how it is being said over here. And if a person understands these, and does not tries to be the controller, and then he can understand the Lord Tattvataha in 7.3 has been said. And Tattvataha means what? Me understanding the supremacy of the Lord and the sweetness of the Lord together. Means what? One can understand that Krishna, one can understand the Krishna as Yashoda Nandan, or Braja, whatever you say, in the full, because they can understand that he's great, but yet he's sweet. That's the meaning of his of uh, of these verses which has been spoken over here. So now the next verse, the 7.5, Krishna says over here, you can recite with me. Yeah, yes, 7.5. Apareyam ityastvanyam prakritim vidhime param jivabhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Yeah, read one of you, bro.
Beside these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprise the living entities who are exploiting the resources of the material inferior nature.
Yeah. So now he is so Almighty, there is another superior energy of mind, which is the divinity. So and then here over here, Prabhupada has written in the previous verse only, but over here Prabhupada says, and what these superior energies are doing? Exploiting the resources of material, the inferior nature. लगे हुए हैं वो इसमें. This is Krishna's introduction about his about us, the living entities, and who comprises the living entities, my superior energy, and they're exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. That's what is our, you know. Yeah, read it, Robert, Roji.
Here it is clearly mentioned that living entities belong to the superior nature or energy of the Supreme Lord. The inferior energy is matter manifested in different elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. The living entities who are exploiting these inferior energies for different purposes are the superior energy of the Supreme Lord, and it is due to the energy of that entire material world functions. The cosmic manifestation has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy, the living entity. Energies are always controlled by the energetic, and therefore the living entities are always controlled by the Lord. They have no independent existence. They are never equally powerful as unintelligent men think.
So two things Prabhupada is mentioning. That no, living entity, what is doing, he is he is exploiting the resources, being superior. Being superior, he feels he is a Purusha. Actually, uh, the divinity has forgot that he is also Prakriti, and he has been given a superior position so that he can, engage the Prakriti, use the Prakriti in the service of the Lord. You know. But rather than doing that, the Purusha, the so-called Purushas, thinking themselves of Purusha, the living entity, they are exploiting the Prakriti in their and using it in their own enjoyment. You know. So this is no, this is something which Prabhupada is also mentioning it. Krishna is elaborating it. And the second, the cosmic manifestation, because its inferior energy has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy. Or the fact, the superior energy is the one of the the reasons for manifestation of the cosmic manifestation. So these are, so superior energy, the jivas actually, they move the material world in the world, the cosmic manifestation, because they are superior. But Prabhupada is also saying, but one should understand that the living entities are superior energy of the Lord. The Prakriti is the inferior energy of the Lord. So they will be energetic also. Who is the cause of this energy? That living entity should not forget that we have no independent existence. And we are also the energies of the Lord. So we are completely controlled by the Lord. So like in a home, there is a father and there is, two siblings can be there, senior and junior. So the senior person should not exploit the child should not exploit the junior child uh, in a way that he engages him in the service of himself. No, actually, the senior son or senior child should actually train or engage the junior one in the service of the father, and both should engage themselves in the service of the father. Then that's very fine. That's what should happen. So that is why ragging said not allowed. Second year, third year, senior fellows should not exploit the junior fellow and engage in their service. That is not allowed. But the third year and final year or second year can engage the first year in the service of the college in a club. You can understand like that. So that's what is to be done. Not that we being superior energy of the Lord, superior material energy, the superior energy of the Lord, we should not try to exploit the inferior. If we do it, karma bandhana happens. So one should not be, and he can't understand actually. So then Prabhupada writes ahead, please read. Slowly.
These living entities are his superior energy because the quality of their existence is one and the same with Supreme, but they are never equal to the Lord in quantity of power, while exploiting the gross and subtle inferior energy, matter, and superior energy, the living entities, forget his superior spiritual mind and intelligence. This forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter upon the living entity. But when the living entity becomes free from the influence of illusionary material energy, he attains the stage called mukti or liberation. The false ego, under the influence of material illusion, thinks I am matter and material acquisitions are mine. His actual position is realized when he is liberated from all material ideas, including the conception of his become one in all respect with God. Therefore, one may conclude that Gita confirms that the living entity is only one of the multi-energies of Krishna, and when the energy is freed from material contamination, it becomes fully Krishna conscious or liberated.
So you know, so here actually this when a divinity becomes free, so the divinity while trying to exploit the material inferior energy actually forgets his real identity. So this forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter. So the matter influences the divinity. Rather than the divinity influencing the matter, then what happens is just trying to exploit it. So finally what happens that the divinity forgets his real identity and gets overpowered by the matter because of the illusory material energy. So foolishly, the living entity allows the Maya to overpower himself. Right? Foolishly. Maya will never overpower. When the living entity tries to exploit the Prakriti, that time Maya overpowers. That's what happens. Because of too much association. So of the jiva that takes with the Prakriti, the matter, actually that's what happens. So he forgets. That is why you see, in the train and wherever you go, people are just just busy with their mobile, playing game. Even 6-year-old man is seems to be today is seen to be playing games on a video games on a mobile. Foolish. You know, now they are controlled by they have forgotten everything that they're old also. Just playing like a child. You know, uselessly wasting one's time and energy. So this is so this mean so but there are Mayavadis actually they proper rights also says that these Mayavadis actually they think the divinity actually is the Purusha, no, and just now he has just forgotten, he is the Purusha actually because they considered that's what Mayavadis. He is a Purusha, but because because of bad association of the matter, they have forgotten their real identity of being a Purusha. That's how they think, you know. And they think once they give up enjoying these all material things, they will revive their position, understanding that they are Purushas. You know. Prabhupada says, no, 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 this is not. No, Prabhupada nahi. The Acharya says, this is not. The living entity can never be called as Purusha. You know? So they may consider themselves to be Purusha. That's because of trying to enjoy the not exploit it is. Exploit them, but they are not Purushas. Right? No? So they are Jiva. Although you know uh, and they are Param, they are superior energy of mind, but they are not the Purusha actually. So this the Prakriti, so Prakriti is the external energy, and we are the Tatastha Shakti, which which is so Apara and Para. So Apara is the Prakriti, is the external energy, and we are Parashakti of the Lord, which is superior because it is conscious. But it doesn't mean that it is supremely conscious, you know. So the unconscious matter is employed by the conscious jiva for jiva's own enjoyment. They do it. But as soon as the jiva, rather than on his own enjoyment, thinks about giving Krishna the enjoyment, he becomes mukta. That's the way. That not that he just disassociates with himself, he not understand himself to the Param Purusha. That's not the way. So the consciousness of the jiva is the cause of its superior nature. So he has conscious, only he has to become a Krishna conscious. Then he'll become mukta also. Right? Huh? This much only we have to do. We are already conscious, only become Krishna conscious. Means what? See everything around you. That's what Krishna is going to speak now, these verses ahead. See everything around you as Krishna's property. Become Krishna conscious. Don't be, we are already conscious. We are seeing everything as the enjoyer of, as to the thing, everything should give me enjoyment. No, no, become Krishna conscious. Everything around you supposed to give Krishna enjoyment. So this is what is said. So the next verse, then he says uh, about also he continues about these two only, material and spiritual energies of the Lord. So because he has spoken in the fourth chapter chapter, fourth shloka about the material energy. In the fifth, he spoke about the superior energy, the jivas, and the sixth, he says this is what is the world. And everything is made up of these two energies of mind only in the material cosmic manifestation. That is the verse he is going to say now to Arjuna. That understand it, my dear Arjun, and no, and you you come out of it. So he says, एताद्योनिनि भूतानि सर्वाणीति उपधारया अहं कृष्णस्य जगतः कृष्णस्य जगतः प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा. Read to one of you.
Translation: all created beings having their source in these two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution.
Yeah. Yes.
Purport: everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit. Spirit is the basic field of creation, and matter is created by spirit. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development. Rather, this material world is manifested only on the basis of spiritual energy. This material body is developed because spirit is present within matter.
Mm. The
Similarly,
Prabhupada gives the example. The child grows gradually to boyhood and to manhood and disappears. Yeah. Just similarly.
Similarly, the entire cosmic manifestation of the gigantic universe is developed because of the presence of the super soul, Vishnu. Therefore, spirit and matter, which combine to manifest this gigantic universal form, are originally two energies of the Lord, and consequently, the Lord is the original cause of everything.
Mm.
A
Read.
fragmental, a fragmental part and parcel of the Lord, namely the living entity, may be the cause of a big skyscraper, a big factory, or even a big city, but he cannot be the cause of the big universe. The cause of the big universe is the big soul or the super soul, and Krishna, the Supreme, is the cause of both the big and the small souls. Therefore, he is the original cause of all causes.
And we are small souls. So we can do small creations. Lord is the big soul and he can do big creation of the universe. So that's what he is saying that, and everything that exists is finally is a product of these two things only. No, matter and spirit. Is not that anything you see in this world is actually the combination of matter and spirit. That's what it is the thing. So, Eta Dyoni Bhutani. That's what all created beings have their source in these two only, in these two energies only, and that's what has been said. So, know that all these moving and non-moving entities, they are arising from me only. That's what the Lord is saying. So, the field and the knower of the field. That's what I told to you. So, therefore, Krishna is saying, I alone is the cause of the manifestation of the whole world arising from uh, of the whole world which is arising from my prakriti. So everything which arises is prabhavaha, and I am alone the destroyer, also the pralaya, uh, by which all the things will disappear in this world. So this verse Krishna is very prabhava pralayas tatha, है ना? सोर्स भी मैं ही हूँ इन चीजों का, प्रलय एनिहिलेट भी मैं ही करने वाला हूँ, है ना? Foolishly, divinity gets a contaminated consciousness and thinks himself to be the source, the maintainer, and the pralaya. And he is the destroyer. No, no, no. We can't destroy the elements. We can destroy the skyscraper or create a skyscraper. But we can't create the elements and we can't destroy the elements. You know? So we can only give some shape to the element. And that also the ability which is given by the man, by the Lord himself to the man. So one should know everything is etad yoni bhutani sarvaniti upadharaya. No, he is the upadharya. No, he is the upadharya of the jagat. We are not, and we should be careful about that. So saying that, then he says in the 7.7, he gives an analogy to make us understand that how he is the dharya. है ना? ही सब कुछ भगवान ही धारण कर रहे हैं. ये एनालॉजी इसको समझाने के लिए टू एक्सप्लेन दिस 7.7 comes as the analogy which Krishna speaks, a very famous verse. This is comes as a over here. Yes. So here he says, Matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjayah mai sarvam idam protram sutre manigana iva. Uh,
O
please read.
conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me, as pearls are strung on a thread.
So that's what he says over here. That as the pearls are strung on the thread, Same way, my dear, everything rests on me. You know, thread is removed, everything is going to fall. So that's what he's saying. So this is how actually everything is maintained by me. Krishna said till now in the third, and fourth, fifth, and sixth verse that see, I am the cause of the Prakriti, inferior, I am the cause for the uh, Jiva, and this is in the sixth verse he said, I am everything in this world is a manifestation of combination of Prakriti, the superior and inferior energy. That's what I am. Okay, sir, we understood you are Prabhava, you are Pralaya. But what about the maintainer? Are you the maintainer? Jivas are the maintainer, you are the maintainer. I am maintainer. How do you maintain? Array, like the threads is the maintainer of the entire pearl. When a thread is removed, everything is lost. I maintain it also. I'm not just the Prabhava and a Pralaya, I'm a maintainer also. So don't think anybody else is a maintainer. I am the maintainer. That's what he is saying over here. So in this verse. Now read Prabhu. These authority. Okay. Yahan se. So here before you begin this, so Krishna is saying word parataram is something which is very important. See, our acharyas, has to uh, has to battle with these Mayavadis a lot. So they have also given, when even Prabhupada taking the same mood, have or is going to write about Parataram a lot. Why? Because he is telling, Krishna himself is saying, nobody is above me. Parataram, मेरे से ऊपर कोई नहीं है. So what is the meaning? मेरे फॉर्म से ऊपर कोई नहीं है अभी. है ना? Don't think, something which has unformed, which has no form is superior. No. Nothing is superior than me. Na anyat. Dhananjay, oh Arjuna, you should know there is nothing. Mattah parataram na anyat. कुछ भी मेरे से ऊपर नहीं है. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me. I am the maintainer as a pearl, as a string or thread. Now, okay, read from the top only, you will be able to understand. There's a common controversy.
There is a common controversy over whether the supreme absolute truth is personal or impersonal. As far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, the absolute truth is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and this is confirmed in every step. In this verse, in particular, it is stressed that the absolute truth is a person, that the personality of Godhead is the supreme absolute truth, is also the affirmation of the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha. That is, the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead, is Lord Krishna, who is the primeval Lord, the reservoir of all pleasure, Govinda, and the eternal form of complete bliss and knowledge. These authorities
Leave.
leave no doubt that the absolute truth is the supreme person, the cause of all causes. The impersonalist, however, argues on the strength of the Vedic version given in the Shvetashvatar Upanishad, ततो यत् उत्तरातरं तद् अरूपम् अनामयम्
Anamayam.
एतत् विदुर अमरतस्ते भवन्ति अति अतितरे
Itara
दुःखम्.
dukham evapayanti. Yeah.
In the material world, Brahma, the primeval living entity within the universe, is understood to be the supreme amongst the demigods, human beings, and lower animals. But beyond Brahma, there is transcendence, who has no material form and is free from all material contamination. Anyone who can know him also becomes transcendental, but those who do not know him suffer the miseries of the material world. The impersonalist puts more stress on the word arupam, but this arupam is not impersonal. It indicates the transcendental form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge, as described in the Brahma Samhita quoted above.
So what? So Krishna is saying, Matta Paratanam Nanya. Okay, before I speak this about this verse, generally it is observed that when such kind of shloka comes, people get put off. Such an explanation comes. क्योंकि अपने लिए क्या है इसमें? मायावादी को डिफीट करना अपना तो है नहीं. You know, somehow, but we should never treat, we should never be thinking like that. Actually, when we are doing hearing or reading, we should not think what actually we are here reading and hearing for giving pleasure to Guru and Krishna, right? That should be the mood, not that no. What is pleasurable for me or pleasurable for me? So whether it is pleasurable or sometimes people feel what is benefit for me. ये तो मायावाद डिफीट करने के लिए हमें क्या है? ऐसा नहीं है. We have to hear it because by hearing about these uh, misconceptions of Mayavad and being defeated, if you hear it properly, no, you will have a feeling of, you will have a great faith developing. Because these notions of Mayavad and impersonation is quite prevailing in the today's time also in a different way. So, so now Krishna. Now I'll explain to you what Krishna is speaking over here. So Krishna, Prabhupada is saying that, and it is very clear. All our authorities have said the Lord is actually has a form, and his form is superior. Not that some unmanifested form is superior to the Lord. No, that's not. By the way, there is nothing superior to him. Why? Because the cause and the effect. Because he is the cause and he is the effect. He is a Shakti and he is a Shaktiman. As the Shruti says, also says, one verse comes, Ekam eva eva aditvityam Brahma. There is only one Brahma and nothing else, Brahman and nothing else. So that's very clear. So no, there is no point in saying there is somebody superior to him. But the problem is that when the Shruti starts saying these verses which Prabhupada is quoting, Tato yad uttarataram, and a higher tad arupam, higher than this, that there is something which has no form. So here comes a problem. Tad arupam. So by the way, this is a quote by Svetashvara Upanishad 3.10. But to refute it, Prabhupada also writes the ahead shlokas, which is from the Svetashvara Upanishad only, which is 3.8 and 3.9. No, just the previous verse to this, what the Mayavad is quote, Arupam wala. What is that? You can see it in the purport which Prabhupada is quoting over here. He says over here, Vedaham etam purusham mahantam. This is a very famous shloka. Adityavarnam tamasah parastat eva vidvan amrita iha bhavati na anyah pantha vidayate ananya ayananya. What it means, Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is saying there is no other path for liberation, and and there is no the great. I know that I the great Purusha, right? Na? Vedaham etam Purusham Mahantam, right? Na? Purusham Mahantam. I know that great Purusha which shines Aditya Varnam, Tamasah Parastat, superior to the dark. Eva Vidwan, knowing him, Amrita iya Bhavati, one surpasses that. Na Anyah Pantha, Vidyate Ananya. And there is no other path for liberation. Knowing me is the Purusha which shines, the shining complexion, superior to darkness. Knowing me, so Purusha, knowing this Purusha is the cause for one to surpass death. There is no other way. And then 3.9 he says, in the same Upanishad has been said, Yasmat param na param asti kinchit. Yasmat na Anyonya jivayosti kinchit. There is nothing superior, nothing inferior, nothing smaller, nothing greater than the Lord. You know. So so this is what has been stated over here, that the Uttartaram, there is nothing greater than him, there is nothing lower than him. He is Uttartaram of both way. So saying that this is how actually, so when the verse is saying Arupam 3.10, which they are quoting, that which has no form means, because 3.8 said, that he's a Purusham. 3.9 said that he's the smallest and is the biggest of everything. Now he 3.10, he has no form. Means what? Are he has no material form. Right? Huh? So this is the way of of Mayavadis, means to do the selectively quoting certain things, or misrepresenting or misappropriately quoting the Shastras for the benefit of their own self. So that is very clear. He is the mattah parataram na anyat. You know. So as there is no one superior to me, I am alone the shelter of all others. And because everything is strung on me, as a pearls are strung on the thread. By this I maintain the whole universe, the inferior and the superior energy of. It is very clear that he is the creator, he is the destroyer, he is the maintainer. And, we are not. And neither he's an impersonal, he's a person. That's why Prabhupada has begun the purport by saying that there is a controversy. When there is supreme personality, there is truth. But in this verse, it's very clear. Mattah parataram na anyat. भगवान खुद खड़े होके बोल रहे हैं, मेरे से ऊपर कोई और नहीं है. I am the cause. I am the maintainer. I am the fact. So this is very clear. We have no doubt about it. In that way, Prabhupada ends the purport to it. Now, going towards the 8th verse. Actually, by the way, you have any questions? Because I don't know, Lord. It's all about philosophy. So you have anything questions till now? I said there's only one hand raised. Okay, Kaushik, yes.
Prabhuji, in few purports before, one sentence came that intelligence refers to the total material creation called Mahat Tattva. Prabhuji, how to understand this sentence?
Actually, these are about this is not our intelligence which is being spoken over here. These are about the creation. When you read that creation part, then you will be able to understand, because Pradhan leads to Mahat Tattva. How the Pradhan becomes Mahat Tattva? When the Lord actually glances and the living entity actually is impregnated. The living entity being impregnated is the consciousness being impregnated. That's what is also called as intelligence. You know. So that's what has been said, because the living entity, and that becomes consciousness leads to intelligence. And that's how the conglomeration of the material elements gets separated. And the three modes acts, and then the further creation of the senses or the sense objects gets manifested. That's how it is to be understood.
Okay, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, also in that same purport, one more sentence came that the Paramatma is not the eternal feature in spiritual world. So Prabhuji, I have two questions here. Just like the person who are considering Lord as impersonal, they go to Brahma Jyoti. And those who are considering Lord as personal, they go to the spiritual planet. So where does the Paramatma Vadis go?
Paramatma Vadis, where do they go? That's a good question. Where the Paramatma Vadis go? Actually, they may go to, not they may, they go to some lokas where actually these yogis stays. They don't go to very up. There are some spiritual planets where they will see the Lord only as a Paramatma feature. There will be no Lord actually as such. There are many Vaikuntha planets. So they will go to where they will see the Lord as a Paramatma, Upadrishta, like that, not as an active person reciprocating. So there are Vaikunthas where the Lord reciprocates also. right? In the five rasas with raw awe and reverence. But over here, there will be no rasa. They will see the Lord meditate. That's kind of a planet they will go.
But Prabhuji, when you are saying that they will see Lord in the Paramatma feature in spiritual world, but just now it is written that Paramatma is not an eternal feature
No,
in
no,
spiritual world.
Paramatma feature. Please understand, Paramatma it is not eternal. So Paramatma within our heart is not eternal, right? No? He is not eternal, but doesn't mean that the Lord can manifest to them as a Paramatma in their meditation in that Vaikuntha in those lokas, and they only do meditation. There's no active service over there much.
And Prabhuji, when the dissolution happens at the time of Pralaya, so we go into the body of Mahavishnu. So the Paramatma also enters in the
Yes,
body of.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
That's what is
Prabhuji.
inside. Everything gets winded up. Hirodakshaya Vishnu into Garbhodakshaya into Mahavishnu. Was it?
So Prabhuji, those who are in Shantaras, it is said that they will see Lord with awe and reverence. So these are these Paramatma people only.
No, 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 no. They're higher. They understand the form of the Lord.
So the Paramatma also understand that because they are seeing the form of Lord in their heart.
Oh, but they don't have understanding of that he's actually reciprocating. There's a huge difference between Paramatma and Bhagavan. These Santras people have Bhagavan feature understanding. Anything else, bro? Anybody? Nothing? Then we'll move to the next. अच्छा 8.10 8.10 हो गया. We'll complete the last one. तेजस ब्रो जल्दी बता दो कितना लेना है, नहीं तो बहुत स्लो जाएगा.
हाँ यस प्रभु.
हाँ. नेक्स्ट प्रभु. रसोहम अपिसुतो कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दके पुरुषं ऋषु पौरुषं ऋषु. Yes, bro. Read.
Translation. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable O in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in the man. Purpose. This verse explains how the Lord is all pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally.
As the demigod in the sun.
As the demigod in the sun is a person and is perceived by his all-pervading energy, the sunshine, so the Lord, although in his eternal abode, is perceived by his all-pervading diffusive energy. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. That is the way of perceiving the Supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between the personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and the personal conception are simultaneously present in everything, and that there is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established his sublime doctrine, Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, simultaneously oneness and difference.
Yeah. So, we can. So over here, it's been said these are the now Krishna is speaking. After speaking that I am the controller, I am the maintainer also, and everything. Now Krishna is actually saying that. Where is it? So Krishna is actually saying that is giving some examples now over here. In the few verses, he gives the example that how actually how he is the yes uh, he is not one the source, the cause, and the basis of everything. He is also essence of everything, right? Na? So he is now is speaking that he is all pervasive. I am all pervasive. I am everywhere, and the essence of everything also. You know? So in these 8 to 11, 4 verses, 8, 9, 10, 11, he is going to tell about how is the essence of everything. Huh? So not just he is the source, he is the cause, he is the basis, बस ही इज द एसेंस ऑल्सो। मतलब भगवान के बिना कुछ है ही नहीं। ये सेक्शन पढ़ने के बाद ये जो 7, एक्चुअली सी, वी टोल्ड अबाउट 7th chapter to 12th chapter is about bhakti, and he said, hear from me, takshunu. And what he is going to speak? Arjuna, he is speaking to Arjuna. He should have said, see, I did this pastime, I did that pastime, I killed that demon, I did that. He's not saying that. He is making understand Arjuna about the bhakti, beginning with saying these things. Understand, Arjuna, I am the cause, I am the annihilator, I am the maintainer, I am the source, I am the basis, and I am the essence of everything. Right ना? जब तक ये नहीं जानेंगे तब तक कैसे कंट्रोलरशिप पुरुष बनने का भाव छोड़ेगा कोई। और जब तक कोई पुरुष बनने का भाव नहीं छोड़ सकता, कैसे भगवान के प्रति भक्ति जगेगा? क्योंकि जब तक पुरुषों का भाव रहेगा, वो अपने आप को ही इंजॉयमेंट देने का कोशिश करेगा। बट भक्ति इज अबाउट गिविंग एंजॉयमेंट टू कृष्णा। तो कैसे होगा? नहीं होने वाला। थोड़ी सेंटिमेंटल, दिस भक्ति इज नॉट अ सेंटिमेंटल प्रोसेस, भक्ति इज अ साइंस। वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द साइंस ऑफ गॉड। अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट द साइंस ऑफ गॉड मीन्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट दीज थिंग्स फर्स्ट। So this is what has been said over here. So Krishna is the taste of the water. I am the light of the sun and the moon. I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantra. I am the sound in the ether, and I am the ability in the man. And please know, when Krishna is speaking about each one of them, the subtle, the taste rises to, okay. Uh, Actually, Prabhupada also writes below very clearly about the Omkara and other things also. Uh, but why is he speaking the essence of everything, and how it gets into understanding about his greatness? Because see, uh, the sound gives rise to the ether. Touch gives rise to the air. You should know the subtle rises makes is the cause of the gross. Not the gross is not the cause of the subtle. So you should know sound gives rise to the ether, touch gives rise to the air, form gives rise to the fire, the taste gives rise to the water, and the smell gives rise to the earth. So that is why Krishna is saying, see, I am the essence. And because of me, these things get manifested. So foolishly, the Mayavadis or these impersonalists, they are like, in our language, you can say, see, there's a traffic police who is manipulating the traffic signal and maintaining the traffic very properly. But Mayavadi will catch the traffic signal only and kiss it and say, oh, traffic signal, you are such a good, such a good thing. You are, oh, you are the greatest. You are maintaining the traffic. Because of you, no accident is happening. Fool, right? Na? अरे ट्रैफिक सिग्नल को को वर्शिप करने से कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा। वो ट्रैफिक पुलिसमैन को करो, वो कंट्रोल कर रहा है उसको। बट ये लोग क्या चीज के पीछे पड़े हैं? ये लोग पड़े हैं वही ट्रैफिक सिग्नल के पीछे। बट भक्त ट्रैफिक पुलिसमैन के पीछे पड़ा है, राइट ना? सो दिस इज व्हाट प्रॉपर इज सेइंग ओवर देयर। So we should know that no, uh, even so that is why the sound gives rise. I am a pranava in all the Vedas because pranav is the root which finally manifests the fourth stage of the sound as a fourth stage of the sound. Vaikarihi, full sentence. Because sentences, because sound is what is bits and pieces. पहले word ka kha ga ga ga, फिर शब्द, दो तीन शब्द मिला, दो तीन ये को मिला के शब्द बनता है। फिर शब्दों से एक सेंटेंस बनता है। फिर सेंटेंस से एक पैराग्राफ बनता है। मल्टीपल पैराग्राफ से पेजेस बनते हैं, चैप्टर्स बनते हैं। So Pranavaha is a sentence, is the root which finally manifests the fourth stage of the sound, Vaikarihi, which is full sentences heard as the Vedas. You know, so that's what he's saying. I am that Pranavaha. The Omkar is I, which is the fourth stage of the sound. That's what is there. So he's very clear. So you can think about the whole day today. I end over here. It's already 8:19. If anybody has a question, you hold it down next week, and I'll be waiting for every common matter where you can listen to the limited further common matter spirit. Yeah, about living on limited. Okay, how can we then the rock is a combination of matter and spirit? Hey, it's not a combination of matter and spirit, maybe, but no, some may be matter, some may be spirit, some may be combination. That's what is everything is in this material world is about this one, not beyond. Okay, na Kaushik, you're
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes. So he's saying nothing is beyond this. यही दो है inferior superior energy इसका combination इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं. ठीक है? So we end and Shri Prabhupada की जय.